Howdy guys, we're getting ready to start on this next job, and it's going to be a good one. It's the last job we're going to do before we go to Crane. I'm going to cover quite a bit of it. Didn't get the moving in here, and we didn't move far from the Candy Bowl poplar patch over to here. It probably, crow flies probably 4 miles. So, and me and Derek tag teamed this thing, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, did over there, and we moved all the equipment over there in a day. Me and him drove all the way up here, moved equipment over. And anyways, I can't recall, but I ended up back at the mill, and there's my buddies there. Me and them boys make good friends. They're a good bunch. One old boy just loves chainsaws and loves talking about chainsaws. And I said, buddy, I could sit here and talk to you about chainsaws all day. I'd love to, but finally I had to move, and he had to get back to work too. But anyways, getting set up on this next job is there's going to be some challenges and stuff like that, but I'm going to cover quite a bit of it. We do some neat stuff. We got Meek. I'm going to cut on this job. Derek's going to cut on this job. Chris is running the truck. Morgan is getting started on the skidder and showing some pretty promising results there. And Roger's on the other skidder. I'm on Brutus, and with Mama and Big Daddy there, we're trying to crank it up and get some wood moved so we can get this inventory for the winter. Winter's a coming, and we got to get our yard stacked up.
Or after the 13th of December, it can turn up a piece of crap. It's just hard saying. And I've seen it before freeze up after the New Year's and then be fine. So who knows? We'll see. But this here goes. This is part of the property over here. There'll be plenty. I'll probably do quite a bit of videos on this one because after this job we're going to Crane and I need the footage. And this is a neat job to get good footage on. It's got some deeper drainages, got some good timber, got some spots that don't lay real good but not horrible, and plenty of power lines and house and gas lines and stuff like that running through the woods. So we will have our hands full with knickknacks here. And it's got a pretty good frost on this morning here. Pretty daggone good frost going. Off and started. The boom's sitting up right behind me. Let me cross this deep little ditch. Now what I've been doing is it's cheating. You're not supposed to be crossing ditches like this. So I throw wood in the bottom of it and cross on the wood so I ain't scoring up the banks when I do gotta do this. But you gotta do this sparingly. This is not kosher. And I shouldn't be sharing online like that, crossing a ditch like that. That's kind of against procedure. Now I'm gonna sneak up behind this guy's garage, and that tree is leaning on his garage. Why would it not be? I wouldn't have it any other way, and it's ash. So, wow, this is going to be fun. They got a beautiful place, and here this ignorant logger's gonna come in here and ruin it for them. Let's see here. Alrighty. If I could just get it where no matter what, I think I can live with that. I'm gonna try to get it up there on the other side of that walnut tree. But if it acts stupid, I'm gonna throw it right there on top of all them little maple saplings. Oh, I cut it off a little quicker than I thought I was gonna do. It's a good thing it wasn't leaning real hard. You gotta cut it slow enough where you got some wood to push against if you need it. You cut it off clean now, then you're relying 100% on your arms. And boy, that can go bad. I promise you. I've seen it go bad plenty. Especially when there's a garage there. Because those of you who's watched Logger Wade very long, I got it on video. Not the actual act of, but I did get on video one time smashing the garage. I did smash a guy's garage once. And I actually thought I was recording, but my camera got funky waggle and it missed it. Some of the best stuff I do is not caught on camera. Oop, come here. But I like to catch a lot on camera. I mean, I like doing this. And y'all's been giving me, and those of you in the comments, man, thank you. Y'all been giving plenty of kudos and plenty of comments lately, and I have not been reading them. I've been reading them on a quick glance or something, but I ain't been getting back with them. I keep telling myself, well, I'm gonna answer all these comments, and I never have. Now there's so many, I'm overwhelmed with them. But I'm reading them. I might miss one or two here and there reading, but for the most part, I'm reading them. I just ain't getting back with them good enough because I ain't take the time to sit down, take the time to write them up, write up a reply. Got us on a little island here. This might go pretty good. I could be an island boy. Yeah, I got a TikTok now. Anybody watches this, go check out my TikTok if you do TikTok. It's going pretty good, actually. My TikTok is. It's the first thing besides YouTube that ever went worth a hoot for me. Alright, now these ash are brittle. Brittle. What I'm gonna do is take a notch out of him, because I want him falling this way, and I'm letting a double heart hold him. Now I'm gonna get all the wood out that I can. Then when I come in the backside, I'm gonna stab into him and then try to split him. You can split away. It's like splitting a wishbone. If you squish them together, man, you'll bust it. But if you split them away, it works. Still ain't in there as deep as I want to be. I want to make another pass this one. Oh look, there's a cutie up there. How you doing? She's thinking, don't you mash my garage now. What a sweetie. Make sure I don't want to hit her garage right there with her watching me. Adds a little extra stress factor when the boss ladies are watching. Oh, it looks good though. I think we can. Let's organize this, because when I cut them ash, I want to come up out of that hole. I want to get this ready. Beautiful. We'll take that. Boy, I had a rough morning this morning. I don't want to talk about it with y'all. Oh, I want to, but I'm not going to. I had a little personnel issue this morning. I'm telling you guys, as you all grow up, and those of you that's young and impressionable, when you become men, it becomes your responsibility to contain your anger, to contain your ball bag stuff, to contain your toxicity. That's part of being a man. And we had a little fallout this morning with an old boy. He's a good one, very good man. Caught me wrong, caught my nerves wrong this morning, and I had a moment of weakness, and that ain't good. We're all men out here working, doing our thing, and of course this people complains about the millennials, but I like working with millennials myself because they're intelligent and they're vocal, intelligent. They got social skill. They got people skills. You know, they know more than the other generations because they've had more exposure to the internet. You know, but on the downside, they do more things with their language, which is kind of like us older guys call women, you know, like how a woman does. You know, they talk more vocal, and we're in the old school, man, the guys kind of, you know, use abrasive, or if you did, oh yeah, that is leaning all over that garage. Okay, all right, well, I might bust a little wood here, but I ain't got no choice. That garage is not going to. Oh yeah? Oh, this ain't a good situation here, guys. This tree is. This is making my stomach upset. Because I gotta pull it. Bust loose. There it is. Oh, and it fell all the way up. Nope, no, not on the garage. Not on the garage there. Shoo! That could have been bad. I was afraid it was going to break clean when it broke. See, it don't have no wood holding it. And then it's just at the mercy of your hydraulics, and man, it was leaning right for that garage now. That's where it wanted to go. I cut off the laser beam, that's where it was going. But you cut it off the stump where it has no connection to the stump, and you push on it, just pushing yourself out of your arms if the tree's overextended that far. I just got lucky on that. Well, it ain't pure luck, but it's partial luck. I mean, I had a plan that went to plan, but that could have went pretty nasty. Could have went pretty daggone nasty. Okay, so we're riding home together the other day, and Jackson, now Levi is the 12-year-old, and at school they got some kind of thing they've been doing where they've been teaching these kids some of the stuff about the birds and the bees, if you see what I mean. Well, Levi's coming home, and I guess saying too much of Jackson to them, and they're kind of getting interested. So I got on Levi for talking to them. Don't talk to them much about it. And Jackson starts asking Daddy a bunch of questions on the ride home the other day. And of course, I'm squirming. He said, "What's the matter, Dad? I know stuff. I know things about stuff." And I'm like, "Well, what do you know?" So he tells me what he knows, and he knows enough that he's dangerous. Put it that way. But he don't know how to connect all the dots yet either. So he's asking me. He said, well, Levi's going to puberty. That's what he's called. Levi's class, I guess, is puberty. I was like, okay. And I said, what do you know about puberty? And he said, them boys, they go to puberty and they get boners. And he said, the girls go to puberty and they get boobs. So I'm picturing in my head, I guess they walk into class and the teacher's going, all right, all the boys get your boners, all the girls get your boobs. And the way Jackson's explained this to me, I think that's what he's thinking it too. I think he's thinking that's how she's going to go down. So then all the jokes like in the past around our house, the boys get silly. So all the jokes have been butt poop and stuff like that, and butt farts and everything else and burps. You know, so now it's all boner boob this and boner boob that. So everything's all boner boob. So any joke in our house starts out with boner boob. Or ends with boner boob, it's got boner boob in it. So everything around the house is about boner boobs now. He said, well, Daddy, when are you going to explain all this stuff to me? I said, when you're about 35. I said, boy, me and you'll have this talk when you're about 35. It's about the right time for me and you to have it. Old boner boob.
12 or 14, 16 to work. Okay, whenever Tommy comes back up there, throw me on what you got. I gotta fill in a creek down here, little ditch.
You know what you're doing, Roger? You're gonna have me back down there and pull it out for you. Roger? That looks good, kind of cool. I kind of did screw him, though. Old Irma's wide open this morning. I think we got her eat fixed on it. We had a pretty good eat going. But I think we got her fixed. Let's see here, get Betty. Rodgy Dodgy sissy. Rodgy Dodgy's a sissy. He's a full-blown sissy. If you look up sis in the dictionary, you'll see Roger's face. Oh. They're setting up a bridge down there, across that down there, Robin and them is. Derek and Robin's off to a good start this morning. Things are rolling good. They got it set up tiny yet. Usually that's kind of my job. My back's kind of giving me grief this morning from moving a bunch of steel last week, but I'm sure I can handle him just fine. I'll tell you, as I get older, and it might change, but I stay in somewhat shape. I mean, I'm not like I used to be. I don't think I'm as strong as I used to be, although I don't know why I wouldn't be. But I do stay in somewhat shape, and my back, even when it does go out, man, anymore, it seems like it's pretty much okay. You know, I just got to limp along just a little bit, let him heal a minute, and then pour the meat back to him. Now, I do lift weights and stuff from time, you know, not like trying to make a beach bod or nothing. I'm just trying to stay in shape. But I do keep my body working. You have to, man. That's one thing I loved about hand cutting, boy. You had a back built like a... Man, when I was hand cutting, my back was strong now. That hand cutting keeps your back stretched out and keeps you strong. I love hand cutting for that. But now that we don't hand cut much anymore, I gotta exercise and stuff, make daggone sure that I don't get over, you know, make sure I don't get over weaky peaky. That right, Roger? That's a man term, Roger. Weaky peaky. Look it up. We all had a pretty good Thanksgiving. I think everybody had a pretty good time. Me and them boys just, I beat on them babies. We watched war movies. Some of them rated R. I just made them close their eyes if they got to the frisky parts.
I'm talking to you.
What?
Just go and hydraulic on one of you.
Oh, I don't know. I never.
I'll tell you.
I got your leak fixed. You might have to fill it up.
No, that took the seat back.
Yeah, Jackson was driving it. He was scared to death. I finally got him to go. Yep, here's the first day. We've had a few loads go out and then stockpile the rest of it. We didn't have a tree cut when we got here this morning. Well, how was it?
Not too bad. Trying to get used to fucking being allowed to run shit over and
Yeah,
that's one
picking
thing-
your stuff, yeah.
That's
yeah.
one thing that kind of get me. The thing is, like, the hardest part for me was like driving up to the stack and trying to figure out where I wanted my roads and what was
Yeah.
gonna be the easiest. That was the hard part.
Yeah.
That was fun. I never done it before.
Yeah.
I mean, I went out there and just went to like log piles when like Junkie would have it
Yeah,
built up. And that
yeah.
was about it. Never actually trudged down through the woods.
Yeah, yeah, pick your routes, yeah. Well, it's a pretty good first day, I think.
Yeah, a little stack they had going on down there. You had to pull them out, move them over, then pull them back to the pain in the ass.
Be good, Bubba.
You just gotta learn how to do it. That's where you just gotta fix the way they cut it.
Roger said when you get it figured out, you can teach him.
You will figure out,
Oh, shit.
you will figure out what way you got that turn sometimes.
So I told my boy he wanted to go hunting. I said, you figured out you can teach Daddy. Oh, honey. From what I hear, I feel better than you do. Said from what I hear, I'm feeling better than you are.
I felt pretty good, John. I felt pretty good till time to go to bed.
Well, be good, Bubba. So, it's pretty good for the first day, but we got a lot. There's a nice old Pontiac. Nice. Whew. There ain't nothing wrong with that car that money can't fix. All right. There's these little peninsulas laying in here. Now this is kind of high sitting and it looks okay, but there's plenty of these peninsulas sitting in here that I got to dig through Broody Brute. Derek's down there at Titus. He's running the flat ground on the bottom. He's got a lot of gravy to do. It's pretty good timber in here. You got to watch, the ash is really brittle. I'm having a few mistakes from popping things and popping chunks off of ash trees and stuff like that from knickknacks, so you gotta kind of be careful with the ash trees. And I'm gonna take my low boy back, but I'd say Derek's gonna leave his here. We're only gonna be here probably 3 weeks max. I'd say more like 2 weeks. If we didn't get rained out, we'd knock it out in 2 weeks. But if we get any weather, which I think we'll probably end up getting a half a week or a week of weather, it'd probably knock us into 3 weeks. So I'd put us up closer to Christmas. And then we'll be headed to Crane. All right, Blackie. Set the choke.
got me to thinking about this as I get into Blackie and get a Blackie running. This is about the last. This was the eve of the day Blackie ate the mess. And I had somebody ask me the other day, I think Wayne Tharp asked me, he said, did you catch that on video? And I'm like, yep. I actually was going to miss it, Blackie blowing up. Blackie blew up, just so y'all, those of you, I actually blew my truck up, so we're going to figure out what to do there. Anybody got any opinions, comment down below. But I almost didn't get it, but Morgan said, hey, don't mess this up and lose this opportunity. So I don't know if it's going to be in the next video, because we got another day of logging before Blackie's last ride. So we'll see, but check in the next video or the video after next, because there is a little bit of drama going to unfold. I don't want to give you spoiler alert. Well, pretty much is a spoiler alert. But yeah, it gets rough. And I about break down and cry right on the camera. But thanks to the good men, Morgan and Roger and Big D and Mom and Dad, Chris sat there and guarded the trailer till I got back with another truck. It was all a blur to me. But I'm going to tell you in advance, these guys jumped in there on the side of daggone interstate. Lickety daggone split. We jumped in there and got this thing off the road. But I got it all on video. It's coming up. I just want to give you guys some go to thinking about how y'all's going to take this. I'm still got mixed emotions about it. But y'all, let me know what y'all think about old Blackie and what we ought to do there. But vids are coming. Thanks, guys, for watching, everybody. Have a great day, and don't forget to smile.